You ever wonder why the church recommends prayer, fasting, and almsgiving during Lent? It's not because they want you to suffer. It's actually got a pretty deep biblical meaning behind it. And we can find the answer by looking at two separate events. Number one, the temptation in the garden. Number two, the temptation of our Lord in the desert. Now, first, the garden. This temptation was actually in threefold. First, they were tempted in their physical need, and they ate of the fruit. They chose that above God, which they gave into the lower faculties, what we call the lust of the flesh. Second, because the fruit was desirable to the eyes, this is what we call the lust of the eyes. And number three, they were tempted to be their own gods, which is what we call the pride of life. In a similar way, Christ was tempted. The devil has no new tricks. First, he wanted Christ to break his fast by turning stone into bread, which was obviously the lust of the flesh, lower faculties. Then the devil offered to give Jesus the kingdom of the world if he just bowed down and offered him, which is the lust of the eyes, greed. And then the devil tried to get him to jump off the temple in Jerusalem, saying that since he was the Son of God, he could flaunt his divinity, which was the pride of life. And the church actually gives us three remedies to combat these three temptations. Number one, we have prayer, which fights the pride of life, fasting, which opposes the lust of the flesh, and almsgiving, which opposes the lust of the eyes, which is greed. And this is why the church recommends prayer, fasting, and almsgiving.